What's up, guys? Today we have the new agent ISO, and I'm just going to quickly talk about his new abilities really fast and then just show exactly how to use them and kind of how they fit into the meta. First off, we have the Contingency, that's the C. Equipped to assemble prismatic energy, fire to push an indestructible wall of energy forward that blocks bullets. So, like the Harbor Wall,
making cover,
moves forward, it blocks bullets. You can't stop it, but it's a great way of giving yourself cover for entering sites and making space for your teammates without needing any sort of movement abilities. Next, we have the Undercut. Equip a molecular bolt, fire to throw it forward, applying a brief fragile to all players it touches. The bolt can pass through solid objects, including walls. This is this agent's form of crowd control, similar to Neon Stun, Phoenix's Flash, Yoru's Flash, Reyna's Leer. A lot of different duelists have some sort of ability that they can use to try and set up kills, and this is ISO's version of that.
Destabilizing.
It moves just like an Omen Paranoia, goes through different objects
Over there,
and whoever it touches, they get fragile. They become fragile. Next, we have the double tap. Now this one's a little bit complicated to talk about. It's similar to a Reyna Dismiss, where if you kill an enemy, it gives you an opportunity to set yourself up for multiple frags, so you're not just going for one and dones all the time. But it's a little bit more complicated than that. After you take your one fight, an orb will spawn, and then you have to shoot the orb, just like an aim lab task. Shoot the orb, and then you get a little shield that tanks one thing of damage. Whether that's the Raze ult, one classic bullet, whatever it is, it can tank up to one instance of damage. We'll start a focus timer. Once completed, enter a flow state during which downed enemies you kill or damage generate an energy orb. Shooting this orb grants you a shield which will absorb one instance of damage from any source. Next, we have the ults, which is very cool, and it's also probably why they call them ISO. It's because you get to equip an interdimensional arena, fire to hurl a column of energy through the battlefield, pulling you and the first enemy hit into the arena. You and your opponent duel to death. This is really cool because this is basically just setting up for a 1v1. Just there's no advantages really, except unless you have the double tap barrier already on. You get to bring that into the arena with you, but nothing else. You don't get to bring in any abilities, you don't get to bring in any ults or anything like that. It's just a straight up 1v1. Everyone starts at, both players start at 150 HP, and there's a 50-second timer. If neither player dies in that 50 seconds, both players die. Super interesting, it's super cool, and basically where the name ISO in my head comes from, it's basically you're allowed to isolate a fight, and you can ISO multiple fights basically with his kit. So basically what it would kind of look like playing a normal round is on something like offense. So you can do things like if you wanted to use your shield for whatever just at the beginning of the round to contest for map control, you can throw your shield out like this. I wouldn't recommend it, but then just go for a fight without having to worry about any fights coming in from Cat. And then once you get that one kill, you break the orb that spawns above their head, and then you get to just have that second of invulnerability and then move on to the rest of the round as well. Now, the Q you can use just however you like. You can use it to just kind of ISO,
destabilizing,
insert different areas, common places. You can use it exactly like an Omen blind. So for example, start of the round, if they are contesting for B main, you can just throw at the beginning of the round,
breaking them,
and ISO anyone who's in this area. What it would probably look like pathing out going towards B site, you could probably do something where there's a smoke popped here. You throw your wall and then you can just follow it, and while you clear these angles without having to worry about anyone peeking from deep and shooting you. And same thing for playing defense, you can use it to flood into sites, get this cover, run in with it, flood into site, and then focus on people running the site versus having to worry about anyone posting from B main or on front side as well. The ult will be very great situationally. You can use it to cancel other people's ults if someone's solo ulting, if someone is droning, dogging, if someone's using their Raze ult. You can use this ult. It's massive. Look at how big this is on the radar. It's absolutely huge. Any opponent in this vicinity, the first one, will get dragged into that 1v1 arena, and it's super duper quick. It's much harder to avoid than a breach stun.
My ult is ready.
So if you know that they like to stun, if you know that the Sova is ulting from outside B main, you can immediately just ult just like this, just cancel his ult, and then you bring him into the 1v1, and his ult is useless, and you just get to have that isolated 1v1 with him. Same idea as well, if someone is planting and you know exactly where they're planting, you can get them off the plant by using this ult, or if they're defusing and you're on the other side of the post plant situation, then you can use it to take the diffuser off the bomb as well. The reason why I like this duelist so much is that it's not a duelist that focuses so much on movement, but more on just setting yourself up and isolating angles, which is again why he's called ISO. You can use his fragile ability to basically crowd control, make enemies who are playing certain areas feel less confident in taking certain fights. You can use your double tap ability to allow yourself to basically take these fights more confidently and then set yourself up for not just 1 but 2, 3 or 4 more kills as well, and just kind of build yourself more confidence going in throughout the round. Let's see, again, this is gonna be very good. This is gonna be the same idea as like a neon wall, phoenix wall, jet dash, Hero TP. It's that duelist part of the kit, which basically allows the duelist to help their team make more space and get into sights. You could use it just to kind of build cover for yourself as you come clear these close angles and not have to worry about hell or heaven for that short period of time, and your teammates can just follow you up and trade out any of these angles here without having to worry about these angles here. I like this a lot because, for example, when you're taking a fight cat, you could do something like this,
stopping fire,
or you can focus your entire efforts right here on just clearing these guys out without having to worry about any site players, any A-main players, any closed door players from fighting you as you contend for the cat split, or vice versa. You can do the same thing as well here, where you hold this off and then go for fights here without having to worry about getting shot from gardens momentarily. I like it a lot because I think that this agent, again, isn't super overpowered, but allows for this agent to really just set themselves up for advantageous 1v1s, and I think that's exactly what a duelist should be. On defense as well, you can do lots of great things to help pretty much just isolate fights on an exec. You can throw this obviously to make any enemies running at you through the choke fragile, and the same thing obviously off any exec noise, immediately pop your double tap, and as well you can throw your wall up as well and just completely isolate the entire angle as you just fight with the other side, or just hold for it and then any people that get pushed through the wall, just take that 1v1 fight and then again get your visibility.
So that was the new duelist ISO. Huge shout out to Riot for having me so I could give you guys the first look at the new agent and his abilities. Overall, I think he's a really fun agent to play and he'll work really well in ranked. I'm not too sure how good he'll be in competitive yet, considering that most of his abilities help him set up 1v1s and turn those 1v1s from 50-50s into 55s, 45s, 60s, 40s. In a team setting, I'm not sure how useful his kit will actually be. He definitely adds another dimension to the game, which allows him to make space without using any sort of movement ability. And he is a duelist, so he's a pretty selfish agent, but maybe there is a place for him in pro play. I'm just not sure where that place would be. But if you guys think that this agent could do well in competitive play, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching, and let me know if you guys want to see more of this type of content by liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting that bell, unsubscribing if you didn't like it, disliking, reporting it for harassment, whatever you want to do, just do it. But thanks for watching. Either way, appreciate you.